Trains are a very important part of our world. They help us travel long distances across land. They carry heavy goods from cities to farms and back again. For over 200 years, the sound of a train on its tracks has been a sound of progress and connection. It brings people together and helps economies grow strong. The story of the train is a story of human innovation. It is a tale of how we learned to conquer distance and time, starting with a simple but powerful invention that relied on a very basic element: steam. This journey from slow, puffing machines to sleek, silent racers is remarkable. The first trains were powered by steam engines. Think of a giant kettle on wheels. Water was heated by burning coal, which created a large amount of steam. This steam pushed pistons back and forth, turning the wheels of the locomotive and pulling the carriages behind it. In the early 1800s, this was amazing technology. George Stephenson's rocket, built in 1829, is one of the most famous early steam locomotives. It proved that steam-powered trains could be fast and reliable. This invention was the key that unlocked a new age of transportation for everyone. In the 19th century, steam trains changed everything. Before them, travel was slow and very difficult. People had to use horses and carts, which could not go very far in one day. With the arrival of the railway, suddenly the world felt much smaller. A journey that once took several days could now be completed in just a few hours. This allowed people to visit family in faraway towns, look for work in distant cities, and experience parts of the country they had only read about. The railway network was like the internet of its time, connecting communities in a way that was never before possible. These new railways also created a revolution in trade and industry. Factories could now receive raw materials like coal and iron ore quickly and cheaply. They could also send their finished products to markets all across the country. Farmers could send fresh food to the growing cities before it spoiled. This movement of goods helped build economies and made nations wealthier. The steam train was more than just a machine. It was the engine of the Industrial Revolution. It built the modern world by laying down tracks of iron and steel, creating pathways for progress and prosperity wherever it went. Despite their incredible power, steam trains were not perfect. They had many problems that made them difficult to operate and maintain. They were very dirty machines. The smoke from burning coal filled the air with soot and grime, making cities polluted and train tunnels unpleasant to travel through. They were also very inefficient. A lot of the energy from the burning coal was lost as heat instead of being used to move the train. The engines needed constant attention, requiring a fireman to shovel coal and a driver to manage the complex controls. They also needed to stop frequently to take on more water and fuel. As technology advanced in the early 20th century, engineers began looking for better ways to power trains. This led to the development of diesel and electric locomotives. Diesel trains used a large engine, similar to one in a truck but much bigger. This engine burned diesel fuel to generate power, which then turned the wheels. They were much cleaner and more efficient than steam engines. They could travel for longer distances without needing to refuel. They also required fewer people to operate, making them cheaper to run for the railway companies. The transition away from steam was a slow but steady process. At the same time, electric trains began to appear. These trains did not have their own engine on board. Instead, they drew power from overhead electrical lines or from a third rail running alongside the track. This made them very quiet, clean, and powerful. Electric trains were perfect for busy city routes and underground systems, where the smoke and noise from steam or diesel engines would be a major problem. Building the electrical infrastructure was expensive, but for high traffic lines, the benefits were enormous. They could accelerate quickly and run at consistent speeds, making them ideal for commuter services. The change from steam to diesel and electric power marked a major step forward in railway history. These new technologies made trains faster, more reliable, and more comfortable for passengers. The age of soot-covered travel was coming to an end. This evolution was necessary as the world moved into a new, faster-paced era. Cars and airplanes were beginning to compete with trains for passengers. To survive and thrive, the railways had to modernize. The shift away from steam was not just about new engines. It was about ensuring the train remained a vital part of the world's transportation network for the future. For many years, trains got better, but their top speeds did not increase dramatically. That all changed in 1964. Japan was preparing to host the Tokyo Olympics and wanted to show the world its incredible recovery and technological strength after the war. The country unveiled something truly revolutionary: the Shinkansen, which translates to New Trunk Line. The world came to know it by a more famous name: the bullet train. This was not just a faster train, it was a completely new railway system, designed from the ground up with one goal in mind: incredible speed. It changed how people thought about train travel forever. The bullet train was different from any train that came before it. The secret to its speed was not just the train itself, but the tracks it ran on. These tracks were dedicated high-speed lines. This meant there were no sharp curves, no level crossings with roads, and no slow local trains to get in the way. The tracks were welded together into long, continuous ribbons of steel, which created a super smooth ride. The trains themselves were sleek and aerodynamic, designed to cut through the air with minimal resistance. This combination of special tracks and advanced train design allowed the Shinkansen to travel at speeds that were previously unimaginable. The impact of the Shinkansen on Japan was immediate and profound. It connected the country's major cities, Tokyo and Osaka, in a way that was faster than flying, when you included travel time to and from airports. It made business travel between these economic hubs incredibly efficient. People could live in one city and commute to work, or attend a meeting in another on the same day. This boosted the economy and brought the nation closer together. The Shinkansen also became a powerful symbol of Japanese precision, engineering, and commitment to public transportation. It was safe, always on time, and incredibly fast. The success of the bullet train inspired countries all around the world. Engineers and politicians from Europe and beyond traveled to Japan to study this new marvel of transportation. France developed its TGV, Germany created the IC, and other nations followed with their own high-speed rail networks. The bullet train proved that rail travel could compete with airlines for medium-distance journeys. It offered a more comfortable, convenient, and environmentally friendly alternative. The dream of high-speed rail had become a reality, all thanks to the pioneering vision of Japan. Today, trains continue to be a vital part of our global transportation system, and they are still evolving. High-speed rail networks are expanding across continents, connecting more cities than ever before. Modern bullet trains are even faster and more efficient than the first Shinkansen. They use advanced computer systems for control and safety, and their designs are constantly being improved to reduce noise and energy consumption. For many people, high-speed rail is the best way to travel between cities that are a few hundred miles apart. It avoids the stress of airport security and offers a relaxing journey with beautiful views of the countryside. Beyond high-speed passenger travel, trains are also becoming smarter and greener. Many city transit systems are now fully automated, running without a human driver. These trains are controlled by computers, which allows them to run more frequently and with greater precision. There is also a strong push towards making railways more environmentally friendly. While electric trains are already clean at the point of use, engineers are now developing trains powered by hydrogen fuel cells. These trains produce only water as a byproduct, offering a completely emission-free option for routes where overhead electric lines are not practical. The most exciting development in train technology is magnetic levitation, or maglev. These trains do not have wheels. Instead, they use powerful magnets to lift the train above the track, or guideway, eliminating friction. Another set of magnets propels the train forward at incredible speeds. A maglev train in Japan has set a world record of over 600 kilometers per hour. This technology promises to make train journeys even faster, potentially connecting entire countries in the time it currently takes to travel between two cities. While still very expensive, maglev represents the next great leap in the story of the train. From the first puff of a steam engine to the silent glide of a maglev, the evolution of the train is a story of constant progress. Trains have shaped our societies, built our economies, and connected our communities for centuries. In an age of climate change and congested cities, their role is more important than ever. They offer an efficient, safe, and increasingly sustainable way to move people and goods. The journey is far from over. The railway continues to adapt and innovate, promising a future where travel is faster, cleaner, and more connected than we can even imagine today. The future is truly on rails.